Hello, this is super cool time for another super cool reviews. We continue our IDW Sonic reviews back to the main book, that being issues 13 to 32, also known as the Metal Virus arc. Anyway, issues 13 to 14, it's you'll notice a formula. Anyway, issue 13 starts off with Sonic just chilling, then Tails comes in to tell them that Eggman's back and Rough and Tumble are attacking, and it's basically another fight issue. And later in the issue, you find out what Eggman's planning: a a metal liquid that, when touched to anyone or a living being, it turns them into a robot and makes them act like a zombie, a zombot, if you will. No, and not only that, it spreads to anyone by a single drop or a touch. Anyway, issue 14, it's basically the same except with over in Sonic and no Rough and Tumble, and this time with Dr. Starlight and Mel Sonic, it's basically the same. Anyway, issue 15 is where it starts to get real. Well, Sonic and Amy infiltrate one of Eggman's bases to find out about his plans, and they come across Rough and Tumble, who plan to spray them with the metal virus, only except they didn't know that the virus already reinfected them, and they become zombots. Sonic tries to fight them up and dumps them in a pit, only to find out that he himself is infected. Anyway, issue 16 is where it starts to get real, even more real. Tails finds out that Sonic has beat the infection. Sort of. You see, his speed can burn it off, but only temporarily, meaning that whenever he finds signs of it, he has to keep running at a very fast rate. It doesn't seem like a bad thing until you find out in later issues that he doesn't get enough sleep. He only can afford short naps, and you feel sorry for him. Anyway, Eggman launches his new spaceship, whatever ish. It's then plans to dump it on the town that took him in, and to put it short, since he pissed on the moon, he vomits on the town, turning all the villagers into zombots. Anyway, issue 17 starts off with the Chaotix getting most of the survivors out of the city and onto the spaceship to get them safe from the zombots, and Charmy is the one that gets infected. Anyway, issue 18 introduces us to, or more particularly, reintroduces us to Cream the Rabbit and Jamerl. They're kind of the same, Cream's the little kid and Jamerl's a robot. He's just a robot, that's basically it. Easily. And it follows another trope of zombie movies in which a person is infected and the non-infected person argues and they eventually make peace, and yeah, basically. Issue 19 is where, with as much as the internet said how issue 19 ruins Shadow the Hedgehog, because here they treat him like a Vegeta character. He says stuff like, "It's what you deserve," and "This is all your fault, nothing happens," and "The metal virus cannot affect the ultimate life form." And you can guess he gets infected. And this issue reintroduces us to Omega, and he's still the killer robot we all know and love. These are still Eggman robots. Point of origin are irrelevant, or creating a wall of bodies. Anyway, issue 20 starts off with Sonic and Shadow fighting, with Shadow being a zombot. Sonic almost loses his will and nearly gets infected, but Silver and Tails arrive to clear the path for him. Sonic arrives at Restoration HQ when things are still looking grim. Anyway, Tails gives Sonic a Fitbit-like device that can track his speed so Tails can develop a cure. Anyway, Starlight wonders why Eggman hasn't have plans for the metal virus if it evolves or becomes airborne. So Starlight decides to find some other means to handle it, that being the Deadly Six from Sonic Lost World, which consists of Zavok, the Girl Zeddy, the Fat Zeddy, the Crazy Zeddy, the emo Zeddy and the old Zeddy. That's basically all I remember. Anyway, the next 4 issues are, yeah, I don't really explain. It's mostly just our heroes losing. Tails loses his workshop, Amy loses Restoration HQ, Sonic loses the Fitbit device, and Whisper loses Tango since she gets infected. And they also lose Cream's mother, and Vector, who makes a sacrifice when a Zombot infiltrates the HQ and starts infecting people, so Vector sacrifices himself to create a path for the survivors. Anyway, Starline meets up with Zavak, who agrees to help Eggman, only for Zavok to plan that he's gonna betray him since, of course, it's Zavok. Starline is aware of this, so he plans to enslave them with the stupid conch device thing. Whatever. Anyway, issue 25 is a change of pace. Eggman, Starline, and Metasonic escape with the Deadly Six betraying them and stealing the Chaos Emeralds. The Restoration arrive on Angel Island, where Knuckles has mostly been chilling throughout this time. And Eggman coincidentally arrives and explains why he can't make a cure, this being because the metal virus will evolve and the cells would mutate and mess up with the other cells and would separate from the other cells, blah blah blah. Basically, it would say they'll disappear or explode in 2,000 years. This also means that Silver's future is correct, and this is the events that would lead to it. Anyway, issue 26 basically is just strategic planning. Our heroes are playing who goes against who and the Babylon Rose Oats and Cream tag along. That's basically it. Issues 27 to 28 is basically fighting the same. Our heroes get the Chaos Emeralds with the loss of casualties, in this case being Cream and the Babylon Rogues. Anyway, at the end of issue 28, it ends with mostly everyone getting the Chaos Emeralds except for the one in Zavok's chest. He grows big, spits on Angel Island, which Knuckles hilariously says, and yeets a bunch of Zombots onto the island. And anyway, issue 29 is pretty anticlimactic. Our heroes are surrounded, but Sonic and Silver manage to get the last Chaos Emerald, go Super Saiyan, which is very anticlimactic, defeat Zavok, and use the Warp Topaz and the Chaos Emeralds to drag away all the metal virus and dump it all in the sun. So the day is saved. The metal virus is gone, our heroes are back to normal, except Sonic's missing. Anyway, next up is the annual for 2020. And it's just basically a bunch of stories of the metal virus saga. Like, explains where Big was all the time, how did people know to get the message about the virus spreading, how did Jewel get infected, how did Vector and SBO get a Charmy. That's basically it. Anyway, issue 30 immediately follows with another fight scene with Zavok, but our heroes easily outnumber him. But Eggman gets away with Omega's head telling Orbot to go kill himself. But Shadow tries to stop them, but it doesn't do much. Anyway, it's revealed at the end that Sonic has landed in Blaze's dimension. The last 2 issues are basically the aftermath of the metal virus stuff. You think it would be a bit more serious, with people having trauma, becoming zombies, but no, it basically treats it like a normal day. Amy's overwhelmed with work. Hurt, rough, and tumble escape only to get captured. The chaotics are filled with missing people cases. Shadow's being all broody. He's like, Sonic was right. I owe him a thanks. He's not here now, so that's all. And Silver returns to his future, which is to find it all good and well. I don't know how he returned to his future since they never show it or explain it. Anyway, it's all party and everyone's happy, but then Eggman arrives from being all like, I just crashed your party, fool! As for Sonic, it reveals he has amnesia. Hi? Why? I don't know. Oh, and it doesn't take that long for him to get his memories back. Anyway, next issue has Blaze restoring Sonic's memories with the Soul Emeralds. As he remembers and arrives back to his own dimension. Our heroes are trying to stop Eggman, and the ending goes exactly the same. Sonic arrives, defeats the machine, that also contains Omega. Edgar defeats the machine again, destroys it, makes a JoJo pose, Eggman escapes, and happy ending. Everything's back to normal, Sonic can finally sleep, and that's basically it. My initial thoughts? This arc was good. It pushes our characters beyond their limits, and it also shows the more serious side. However, my major problem is that it drags on way too long. If you cut it by half, I would have been okay with it, but overall, I'm fine with what I got. I give issues 13 to 32 plus the annual for 2020 an 80 out of 100. This is Super Cool signing off.